Hello everyone, this is Shamit back with another video. I'm coming at you in the middle of free agency, and the Charlotte Hornets, as the title probably suggests, haven't done anything. We, through 2 days, 2 days was yesterday, have done no new moves, and there was actually a stat out there that we were the only team that has done nothing yet in free agency. Every other team, 29 other teams, have either signed a person, traded for a person, re-signed a person on their team, and the Charlotte Hornets didn't do anything. They didn't trade for anybody, they didn't sign for anybody, they didn't re-sign any of their players. But Cody Martin today broke the mold. It is day 3 of free agency in the NBA, and Cody Martin just got a bag. And there's an interesting stat here. He is the first Charlotte Hornet that has re-signed Charlotte Hornets second rounder that we drafted that has re-signed with the team. Every other second round pick that we've ever had in our Charlotte Hornet history, going back to the 1900s, we have not re-signed. He has not been on our team when his contract came up after, 3-4 years. We have never re-signed another second round pick, and Cody Martin breaks that threshold, and he gets paid $32 million for Cody Martin. Obviously, that's over 4 years, so that breaks down to about $8 million a year. I don't know if that's with incentives, like he has to be on all defensive third team or something like that. I don't know if he has to average 2 steals a game to make some of that money per year. But as it stands right now, it's $32 million over 4 years. We are paying our 8th man, our third guy off the bench, $8 million per year. Does he deserve that? It depends, right? Guys like him, like Draymond Green, obviously I'm not comparing Cody Martin to Draymond Green, but they play a similar game, right? They play a lot of defense. They help around on offense, but you can't really rely on them on the offensive side of the ball. But they're just an overall team guy, and they get it done, right? There's arguments for both sides, right? Cody Martin, although he improved his three-point shot, is a liability on offense. You can't rely on him to score 6 points a game. He might have averaged 6 points a game this year, but you can't rely on him to score a lot of points in the NBA game. You can rely on his defense, and there's obviously different factors that play into defense, rotations, and on-ball defense, off-ball defense. And through this free agency, you have seen defensive players get a lot of praise. You've seen Draymond Green after his championship, like he's one of their crucial members to that core. You've seen Rudy Gobert, although he's great on offense, he's a primarily defensive player. He's Defensive Player of the Year. He was traded for 5 picks and 4 players, or 3 players, because Walker Kessler is technically a first-round pick because he hasn't played a second. So defensive players have been valued over the last couple of years, and I think that's a good thing, right? Because there's 2 sides of basketball. There's offensive and defensive. And often we only focus on offense. So it's good to see Cody Martin get paid. Is it worth it? I guess it'll be the judge over these next 4 seasons. But I do want to talk about free agency as a whole and why we didn't make a move in those first 2 days. One of those reasons is the crazy, terrible Miles Bridges situation. I'm not going to touch on it a lot because it's terrible. It should not happen ever. But that was one of the reasons why we didn't make a move, why we didn't sign him, because that came out. He has a felony charge right now with the LAPD, the Los Angeles Police Department. That is one of the reasons why we didn't sign anybody for the first 2 days. Could we have signed Miles Bridges if this didn't happen? I would guess we would sign him in those first 2 days, but that did happen. But other than that, right, because there's 11 other players that we have under contract for our team. I guess 10 players because Miles Bridges is not under contract. And maybe I will touch a little bit more at the end of this video, his situation. But it kind of baffled me, right? We have all these tradable contracts. We have Gordon Hayward. We have valuable picks in the future. We have young assets, and we did not trade for anybody. Miles Bridges and the Pacers are in talks for the 8th year in a row about trading Miles Turner, I'm sorry, of the Pacers, about trading Miles Turner. Those discussions, if you guys don't know who Miles Turner is, he is a center for the Indiana Pacers, averages about 3 blocks a game, would be a perfect fit for the Charlotte Hornets. He's been in trade talks again this offseason, probably the 4th offseason in a row that Miles Turner has been in trade talks. And a deal has not happened through 3 days now. Will Gordon Hayward be on our team for the start of the season? Through 3 days of free agency, it looks like that. So it's very interesting why we haven't made a move. We took 3 days to re-sign Cody Martin, probably because we're not offering a max to Miles Bridges now. We are not even offering what looks like a contract to Miles Bridges now. So maybe some of that money that was going to go to Miles Bridges is going to Cody Martin. That's why it took 3 days to reach a contract with him. And speaking of Miles Bridges, I might as well touch on it now. It's a big elephant in the room. His situation, his felony. It's not in stone right now, but there's reports out there that the Hornets are taking back their qualifying offer for Miles Bridges. Now, for those of you who don't know the contract slang in the NBA, the qualifying offer makes a player restricted. So if another team offers them $20 million a year, the team he is on last season, if he's restricted, can match that $20 million and he can stay with that organization. The qualifying offer, if he has that, it makes him restricted. The Hornets just, what has been rumored, have rescinded that qualifying offer, making him unrestricted. So if a team offers him $20 million per year, which is its market right now, maybe even more than that, he can go to that team willingly. He does not have to wait for the Charlotte Hornets to match that offer. He can just go to that team. Now, as it stands right now, I don't think any team is going to offer him a contract as it stands currently. If this gets settled, if there's a court case and something happens, then there would be a contract. But this is different than Deshaun Watson in the NFL. This is concrete evidence. This is his wife, his son. They made a post out there. They broke their silence, as they said. This is pretty concrete what Miles Bridges did. And I don't see an NBA team signing this guy. After what he did, I don't think he should be signed. So, yeah, very interesting. The Charlotte Hornets franchise is in a weird place right now. They have great young talent. They have veterans in Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward. But yet we're stuck in this place where every season it seems like something bad happens. Last season, Gordon Hayward gets injured middle of the season. The season before that, Gordon Hayward gets injured middle of the season. Lonzo Ball in his rookie year has wrist surgery. Terry Rozier is out with something. A few more players are out with something. The year before that, we didn't have LaMelo Ball. Devontae Graham was trying to will us to games. So every single year there is something that happens to the Charlotte Hornets. And is this year another depiction of just a domino that falls? And the season hasn't even started yet, and there's already a domino that falls, and Miles Bridges doing this. So, are the Hornets destined to be this team that just never gets it done? It's seeming that way, but hopefully we get a trade done. And honestly, everybody on our team is expendable. Like, not even just Gordon Hayward. We have James Bouknight that acts like he's a seasoned veteran. James Bouknight is a guy, as a rookie, that spent his time in the G League. Yes, he had a great 5-game stretch with us, but he's acting like he should get major minutes. He's expendable. Terry Rozier is expendable. If we sign back Mason Plumlee, he's obviously expendable. We have nobody concrete on this team except for LaMelo Ball, so I expect there to be at least some trade with us. And hopefully we're on the good end of that trade. Hopefully we get a center. Obviously we have Mark Williams, who, it's, as what everybody says, is destined to be a great player. So I guess we'll see. That's today's video. Have a great rest of your day, guys.